Hello, welcome back to a tier list. Hey, it's been a hot minute since I did one of these. It's just me here. I don't know, I just felt like, I don't know who else wants to talk about Google Snake. I mean, maybe. But I figured I'd just do it alone, you know. Um, but we got Google Snake here. I mentioned I was gonna do this if you saw the last Google Snake video. When was that, like a week ago or something? I don't know. Um, but we're here now. I was gonna make a tier list with all the modes, but turns out someone's already done some of the modes here. This isn't all of them. I'll add those later in the video, or like we'll get to it when we get to it. It's just not on this exact part here. But trust me, like I'll do it, you know. Okay. Google Snake tier list. That's what we're talking here today. It's not just the game modes as well, it's just everything on the menu. Like, I mean, except for colors and the fruits, but it's like all of these. So sure, let's just jump into it. This is just, for this one, it's just referring to the number of apples on the board. Just one apple, sure, one apple. One apple's fine. It's pretty cool. I like it. I'll usually go with it. But it's a little bit safer. It's what they used to. There used to not be multiple choices for apples. You just have one, and there's a separate mode like these ones, which was three. Um, I don't know. That was a little cringe. They updated this, so one apple, just normal. You wouldn't even choose your number of apples. There was just classic, which was one apple. But yeah, one apple's it's pretty cool, but it's not perfect. I'll get into this in a second. Three apples. Three apples is kind of cooler than one apple because it's a little bit more. There's a little bit more, stuff going on, a little bit more intense. But there's just five apples. If you want more, then just do five apples. I don't really see the need for three. I mean, it used to be three apples was the multi-mode. It's just I don't do three apples. It's not worth it. But I do like five apples. Five apples is pretty cool. So I'm gonna put five apples in A tier. But three apples in C tier. Actually, no, I'm going to put it in D tier because I just never do it. It's just not worth it. I just don't get the point. This board sizes. This is standard board size. Yeah, sure. Give that an A tier. It's pretty neat. Nah, I give it an A tier. I like it. I mean, I don't do it a lot. It's because I like to, when I do a game of Google Snake, I try to go for max score. So I usually don't do standard board because it's a lot harder to get max score, not only because it takes far longer, but there's no way, well there is a way, but it's far trickier to get a max score because of the dimensions of it. It's like, I think it's odd numbers, I forget if it's odd or even numbers, but it's not good numbers. But it's still pretty cool. I think a lot of, this is a more popular version, but I personally prefer, I put small board in S tier. I just like small board a lot because I don't want to spend a ton of time on Google Snake. I just want to, pop in a few quick games. You just do small board, and then you can actually get max scores and high scores more funly. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty cool. I like it a lot because I'll usually do all of these in the small board, all the modes in small board, just because I feel like there's more. You can put more into it and you can practice it more. That's just me though. Large board's too large. It's just too large. D tier. I never play it. Who has the time for this? Even standard board is asking a lot, and this is like nearly two times. It's more than it's about two times as much. The max score for this is 501 in just classic mode, 256.87. So just prefer 87. Normal speed. Yeah, I like normal speed. I'll give it an A tier. It's pretty neat. It's usually that. I don't know. It's just the default, and I don't really have that much to say about it. It's just the pretty default. It's just it works in all the different board sizes. I'll say you never feel like you're going too fast or you're going too slow. Really, not really anyway. So it's pretty chill. But I don't prefer fast speed. Fast speed is freaking awful. I hate. I don't use E tier because sure I'll use E tier though because why not? Nah, I'm gonna put it in F tier. I never use. That's I'll give it E. Sure, I never use E when because it's not how we have the grading system in America. I think they do that in like Britain or something. I don't know. But I just don't like it. It's just too fast. It's just too fast, man. It's not my fault that my reaction time isn't fast enough, even though it's my reaction time. It's just not my fault. I don't have anything really against it. It's just too fast. And I was just thinking, I did that fast run of Sokoban, uh, and I that was kind of neat. But I still don't like it, so it's still going in E. I like slow a lot. I like slow a lot and I put it in S tier because slow and small board is almost always what I run, because small board you can get the high score, and with slow, it's just a little bit more precise. It doesn't give you a major advantage other than you're more likely to get a higher score for practice, and then you do standard because that's, standard. But I still like it more, and I do it more. Anyway, now that we've got all this out of the way, we can get to the real meat and potatoes, the modes, the actual game modes. Um, Classic. Can't go wrong with classic. That's an S tier. Big fan. It's pretty cool. Wall mode? Wall mode's freaking epic. I love wall mode. It's one of my favorites. It's just, I don't know. I feel like it is, what I really like about it, it's not such a clear cut, whatever you call it, max score. It's not just, that's 87, that's 22. There's no 22 max score. I just pulled that number out of my ass. Um, but I like it, and I put a lot of time into it. So yeah, definitely. Portal? I like Portal, but it's too hard. It's just too hard. That's not true. That's not true. It's just it's harder to get higher scores. I like it, but I don't play it that much because I'm like I get bored of it fairly quickly. And then you get teleport. Like it's fine, but I just don't love it. Okay, cheese is literally F tier. This mode is freaking useless. Who would play this mode? Who would play this mode? If you don't know what this one is, because it's just you have a hole in you, so you can go through you if you want. Cool. But if you want to get a high score, it doesn't even matter. It doesn't, because it only helps you in the early game. I chose to die there. That was not a mistake. That's definitely a mistake. That's definitely the truth. Anyway, it sucks. Just play classic. Infinity, Borderless, whichever one it's called. This one's pretty neat. It's like once you get the hang of it, it's pretty fun. But then it also pretty much just becomes classic. So I'm just gonna give it a B tier. Twin. I like Twin, but it's kind of just classic once you get the like. The problem with a lot of these modes is once you're going for like a high score. So once you're in the mode where you're just coiling yourself, sticking next to yourself, it's kind of just classic. But I still like it, and it is pretty tricky to get to the higher score. So I'm gonna give it an A tier. Winged. Winged is pretty basic. It's fun, but it's again it's just kind of classic. But it is kind of neat, like you're chasing down the apple and whatnot, so you get a little bit of fun, so I'll give it a B tier. It's not great, but it's okay. Peaceful. You can't die in this one, so that's kind of dumb. But it's not, it's fine. It's like, maybe a C. I think maybe a C. Yeah, C. You play it once, you're like, oh, I can't die. Maybe you get the max score. Cool, I got the max score. I didn't have to work for it whatsoever, so who cares, but I've got it. So yeah, C tier. So this is all the modes from version 7, if you can see this up here. Yeah, version 7. They've added a few modes previously though, so I'll do those now. I got these three modes. These are the modes that have been added since version 7 as it were. Does that mean it's version not 10? I guess that's kind of cool, V10. But we got it here. Nice high quality JPEG on the yin yang. Right, yin yang. I suppose I should actually talk about it, not just criticize the quality, because Google Snake has such, the icons are so small. I should have zoomed in and then taken the screenshot. I'm kind of dumb. It doesn't matter now. It's here. Yin yang kind of sucks, but it's not horrible. Like, it's just. I mean, it is kind of neat. Like, you got your other guy, and you gotta make sure you don't run into him, or whatever. But it's kind of lame. I don't love it. Not gonna lie. But it is kind of fun because you gotta like work with. You can try and work to make yourself go faster by actually aiming the second snake. But I still don't really like it. It's still just whatever, man. Especially because, mainly because there was that one video I did, way back when. The second video I made on this where I got a world record for yin yang, which I've lost. I'm not first place anymore. Other people found the category. And they took it from me. And it took me forever to get that because I was doing on large board. So I didn't have to get to 501. I only had to get like 240 something, I think. I forget. But it was really I didn't like it. I didn't like it. It made me angry. Key mode. Key mode's pretty cool. I like key mode a lot. I'm gonna give it an A tier, I think, because it's just pretty sick, man. It's just like it's similar to wall, as in it's like, you gotta strategize, and you gotta be able to do it. Yes, obviously you need to be able to do it, but you need to be able to how you say get huh? How you say? What am I saying? Can we just cut this out? No. And you can try, and the more you try it, you can actually get higher scores. I've gotten 82 once. I didn't even know that was possible. I mean, I suppose it is, but it's just really lucky. And the problem, it is luck based, which is a little not cool, but it's still fun. You do it on small board, you get a bunch of attempts, and that's why I like small board. You can do these things, so it's pretty neato. I like it. Sokoban. This came out just like 2 weeks ago or something. It's pretty cool. I like it. I do like it. Having some fun with it. Um, I don't love it though for a few reasons. Actually, might have to put in B tier. I was gonna put in A tier. Might have to put in B tier. Let me explain. Let me see if I can explain this to you. I do small board, generally. I mean, I do standard board a bunch. We take 5 apples here. Let me try and illustrate to you what I'm trying to say here. Okay, so you see I got the apple out of the box. That kills you. That kills you. Why does that kill you? Why does that kill you? That doesn't make any sense. That shouldn't kill you. And there's another thing that I want to explain, and it's kind of hard to explain. So, if you didn't know this, wait, that's not what I wanted. You die if you put 2 boxes into each other from the same angle. That's pretty dumb. Let me try and explain something to you. It's gonna be actually kind of tricky. Good. Like, you see this? You see, okay, so this is a situation. I've actually pushed these boxes together intentionally. You don't need to, but this can happen randomly if you just get unlucky with where the boxes randomly respawn after you pick them up. You see how it's a 2x2. So, those are just stuck like that now. There's nothing I can do, because any way I come at it, it's 2, so I'll die. So that's just there now. I still have the 1, so it's not like ruined, but it's annoying. And sometimes it happens, and I'm like, well, I guess I died. I guess that sucks. So yeah, it's like, what are you gonna do? You come in from this angle, you die. Come in from another, you die. So that's just not epic. The way you have to, you push it, and you have to change the way you think about it. You gotta think about how you're turning, how you're angling. So I think it balances out to a B. Anyway, this is the Google Snake tier list. This is the truth, the unilateral truth. No one can dispute this, and no one will dispute this. So thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Like and subscribe for more hot takes. These are some hot takes. I don't know what the hot takes are. Do people agree with this? Do people disagree with this? I think they might not agree with the small thing being in where it is. But, screw them. Alright. See ya.